Okay, let's start with the trades from Tuesday. I got stopped out of Fitbit and I lost money shorting HMNY. So this was a really annoying one. HMNY. I shorted it out of the gate. I got some decent entries, and I was up 10,000 on it real fast. I only covered tiny bit, and then I stopped out for a $3,000 loss, or probably closer to 4,000 with ECN and fees and commissions. So that was an annoying one. I see I took it short overnight. VYGR, I thought about taking it short overnight. I shorted it here at $22, and yesterday this thing fell to low 20s, so I should have held it overnight, I guess. And KL is a new swing. Didn't have much follow through yet, but you know, it could go. Nice looking gold name. Let's see here. And HMNY, I sold most of my shares at the same time as I shorted it. Let's see here. GTHX got stopped out of this swing. ECYT, I shorted it. I took it overnight. 575, yeah. So I shorted it in this area. Well, actually, I shorted the pre-market, got stopped out, but shorted it near the open, or I got stopped out. So I took a little bit of losses on it before I finally nailed it. So I started shorting it here when it showed some red candles. Added here, sized down, added, and then at the at the close or near the close, I sized down again because it closed really weak. But I held 12,000 shares overnight, had a nice gap down, covered some. Then I started adding, sizing down, adding, sizing down, adding, sizing down. So, oh yeah, that was yesterday. And then I just finally covered all of it at the close. It was just so strong, and now it's gapping up a little bit. So overall, I think I lost a little bit over 10,000 on it, maybe even close to 15 with ECN fees and commissions. So, you know, I thought this thing would be sub 450 by now, but hopefully it goes to 8-9. So I can short it again. ETRM. Oh yeah. So this one, I bought it pre-market and near the open, and then it just tanked on me. Took out the opening range lows, and that was that. And instead, I was actually, I had two choices, either do ETRM or CLSN, and obviously I took the wrong one because CLSN only went up like 300% intraday. So that's a little bit annoying. GBTC, I was up a couple of thousand on it. I shorted it here, low 680s. I thought it was finally breaking down. I thought it was gonna go down to low 600s, but instead it stopped me out. I was up a few thousand on it and ended up taking a little bit of a loss. Roku, let's see. Oh yeah, I tried to play the bounce on this one. I don't even remember where I bought it. I think I bought it here. Yeah, when it reclaimed VWAP. And then I got stopped out. Took a loss on it. BMA. Oh, I tried to short it. Didn't too much. KL, I bought it in this account initial, then I moved it up here. SQM is a new swing. I bought it right here when it came out of this range, and so far it's had nice follow through. CLSN. Oh yeah, I tried to short it real quick near end of the day, but yeah, got stopped out immediately. And DMPI just, I don't know, someone pumped it and I bought it, and yeah, no follow through. So those were Tuesday's trades and positions. So yeah, I had another 5-figure day. I've only had 5-figure days the past 3.5 weeks, and this was no exception. So I lost 80, let's say like 9,000 with ECM fees and commissions, and in this account, well, these positions were pretty much unchanged, and I took a $3,500 loss on HMNY. So yeah, over $10,000 losing day. And yeah, it's kind of amazing, just 5-figure days every single day. And this is the Wednesday. These are the Wednesday trades. Again, took a $3,000 loss on HMNY, and ironically it cracked late day. So I shorted it near the open, got stopped out, started re-shorting it here, got stopped out, and then I just left it alone, and then it cracked near the close. CLSN, now this is an annoying one. Let's look at the... Oh, I can't see the pre-market data here. Anyways, I tried to short it here at 6:30, 3,000 shares. It looked like it was gonna fall over pre-market, but for some reason I didn't get filled. Like there was some, I located the shares in one of my accounts, and when I tried to short it, I thought I got filled, but then I looked later, I didn't get filled because they had restricted the shares after I located them. So I didn't have a locate on in that account, so yeah, I missed out on a pretty decent trade here, which was annoying. But then I located the shares in my second account, and I shorted it here. Just tiny size, tiny 3,000 shares. I was really tired, and I had so many trades going on, so I just didn't want to take on any risk. And yeah, it ended up being a decent trade. I just wish I had done more shares. And Capper, sell the news. This thing has been running up into the news they released today. Shorted it on the opening range lows, also tiny size. I was waiting for a little bit of a push to get in more. I only got 3,000 shares and I wanted 10,000, but never got that push to short more. But it ended up being a decent trade anyways. I see I closed the swing from Tuesday. Yeah, it's still holding up, and I saw someone starting to pump it again on Twitter. They have a new catalyst coming up in a few days, so who knows? It's very easy to re-short it again once it loses this 560 area, and then you can risk like 20 cents or so, because right now it could very easily push back to $6.57 area. I just wanted to be safe. Okay, HMNY sized down a little bit more. I only have 500 token shares left from my $273 buys. Ideal scenario, if this thing doesn't break down and goes sideways for another couple of days and then breaks to the upside, that would be a ideal scenario. But we'll see. XXII, so I added more opening range highs here at 289, and yeah, they have a conference today and tomorrow, and we'll see what happens if they say something good. But I've been, I still think this thing can go to 4 plus this year, so we'll see. And yeah, I've trimmed most of my swings like EISIO and Pierce and all of these. I've been trimming them every day. CGNX, OSK, KL I sized down a little bit. SQM I sized down. HN I sold some. XXI I added. SGH I sold some. FCell had an upgrade and range break. I added near the open. Actually added here 208. Only 10,000 shares. I did not think it was gonna get this kind of volume and do this kind of a run intraday. And then I was looking at it here actually. I was thinking about adding another, I don't know, 10, 15,000 shares. But then I started looking at some other stuff and I missed it. And I sold some on the way up here intraday on this big 18% spike. So that was a nice one. And I still have 15,000 shares from way below here from low mid 160s. CRMD, what's this? The problem with having so many positions, you forget some of them. CB I sold some, Dries I sold some. Dries looks really good. Higher lows all the way. I think next move is gonna be the mid threes. WPCS now it's holding up. Volume has dried up completely, but it's holding up. If it starts getting some volume over this mid-high, this high 170s, low 180s, I can easily buy more. Yeah, ECYT I talked about, just an annoying trade. LL, very close getting stopped out on Tuesday. I was gonna sell it if it closed below the 50-day, but it didn't. And now it's holding the 50-day perfectly. Just look at how perfectly it's holding it. But a break below this day's lows is gonna get me out. So worst case scenario, I'll take a 16% gain or so from, or 14-15% gain from my buys a couple of months ago. CLS, and these are the locates that later got restricted. Roku, man, this thing is just selling and selling and selling. I tried to bounce it again today. I bought some here at 2170s. And yeah, I was up like 4,000 at one point, or 5,000. 5,000, and then I got stopped out and yeah, just went much lower. What an annoying trade. Cat B. So I shorted it. Another sell the news, just like Capper. Shorted it. Opening range lows, and then I covered my last shares in after hours. 270s, 280s. So yeah, I didn't hold these overnight. And BMA, tried to short it again, but it's just a thin stock and very hard to trade. And yeah, took a loss on it again. But I think if it loses this 120 to 60 area, it could go down $2-3 in a day, $4. ALDX, another one. What is this? I don't remember. Oh yeah, okay. So I bought it for a swing, but I didn't like the closing on it. Closed kind of weak, and it wasn't a great setup. I saw this range, recent big runner, a little bit of a rounded bottom. If you remember, I had a big trade on it when I bought it here. This day here, it went straight up like 70%. And I thought, maybe could run a buck or two again, but just not a great setup. I didn't close strong, so I closed it. IMPX, I actually sold it before it closed. RGSC, I had a quick short on it late day when it broke below this range here, and then I covered it after hours because they were gonna have a conference or a call in after hours, and I didn't want to hold into it in case they say something, pumpish, and it goes to 350 or something. But it's gonna be a main short watch today. Okay, so those were the trades and positions for the past couple of days. HMNY, I may short it like green to red or opening range lows. I'm not gonna do big size, 3,000-4,000 shares maybe. See, in case it breaks down big, I wanna be there, but I'm still hoping it holds up and has another breakout. ARD, I'm just stalking it, very thin, but it's holding up. And I think they have a catalyst. Let's see. I don't know. The catalyst has already passed, but it's holding up. I don't know. If it sets up, could go higher. Not looking to short this one. It's way too thin. Roku, yeah, again, looking to buy it but it needs to hold. Needs to hold and take out a resistance to the upside. I see, could be both a long and a short, like I said before. IDOS, this is not a short. It's definitely gonna be a long. Not sure about it yet. ECYT. I don't know if I'm gonna long it. If I see a really good setup, I may take it long, but it's gonna be a short watch. Not sure it's gonna be today, but I hope it goes higher. Ideal scenario, it goes up 2-3 days in a row, goes like $9-10 or something. That would be awesome. IMPX, kind of regret I sold it, but in case it goes to like $1 or something, I don't know. So I may buy it back on dips. Okay, so dries. I was looking to add to it, but I probably won't, so I'll remove it. SDRL, it's a bankrupt stock. Equity is probably worthless, but heck, if it gets going, this is kind of stocking a risk 2-3 cents to make 20-30 or more. This thing could really go. Like last year, we had this bankrupt oil stocks, Line Q, and LNCOQ, and also BTUUQ, which was a coal stock, and those things went up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percent. So who knows? This thing. I don't think they're bankrupt yet, but they're almost guaranteed bankrupt. I think they're court in that right now, but these things can go if they want to. Recent IPO, I don't know, not really. Could go. ALDX still watching. This one is super thin. They have data this month, but I'll remove it. I have so many watches. Blue, I think they have a catalyst coming up this quarter. I have to double check in case I'm interested in buying this range break here, but in case they have a catalyst or data later this quarter, I won't buy it. I don't want that overnight risk. This one looks really good. UXY, constantly stalking it in case we get some sustained selling. This one I talked about. Another recent IPO, looks decent. Looks good. Get some volume, I'll buy it. These biotech recent IPOs have been super hot. This thing has a catalyst this quarter, NDA filing. Breaks this 540, I may buy it. This one is getting really tight. This is former MSTX. It had a 80% run. Now it's flagging for a couple of weeks, getting super tight. I'm telling you guys, this thing breaks this mid-high 9s on volume. Could go to 15, 20. It's, you know, I mean, maybe not 20, but mid-teens, very possible. I actually bought it a couple of days ago, or was it last week? I think I bought it here or here maybe, but then I got stopped out. This is just a random thing I'm watching. I think the equity is worthless, so I don't know. I lost 5,000 on it on this day here. Bought it too aggressively. I don't know. Kind of setting up on the 60-minute chart. Higher lows has a bit of a range. Ideally, go sideways another couple of days. Yeah. Not super excited about most of these. Just stalking them. I usually like to put things on my long watch list way too early. Just in case. But BLDP, one of my main watches, it's the same sector as Plug and F-Cell. And I don't know why these fuel cell stocks are starting to run again, but this thing has a tight range. Reminds me about SQM, also a tight range, and then it broke out and went straight up. But BLDP is a smaller stock, lower float. You know, it breaks this 480. Excuse me. Breaks this high 480s of volume. It could go to $6, and you can risk like 10 cents on it or 15 cents or so. A lot of biotechs, another biotech IPO. A lot of them. It's been the hottest sector, so that's why there's so many of them on the watch list. This thing has Analyst Day October 17. So if it sets up again, you know, in 3 to 5 days, could have another leg up into the Analyst Day. Okay, a lot of things here. CLSN, any good pops I may... Oh, it's going higher in after hours. Nice. Any good pops I may short it. Same thing here. It's the same thing on all of these. Soxel, I'm not watching it right now. It's not extended. You know what I'm looking for in these shorts by now. Main ones would be RGSC, STRM if it can go to like $4 or something like that. Not this one. Mankind, hopefully, I really hope this thing goes to high 3s, low 4s or something. Yeah, those would be the main ones, I guess. There's so many, I really have to... Yeah. Pick out the best ones before they open. Okay, so that's it.